It could just be like you're so annoying to her, or you know, she looks at you a certain way, like I'm doing the worst I ever did when it came to dating a guy. Just different things that she starts feeling. So it's like her emotions overpower the way she acts. So you can already feel the vibe, the energy by the way she's acting, because her emotions are showing it through the way she's acting. And it's like, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you go, no matter how much effort you put in, it's never gonna be good enough for her. Some of you guys may ask, why is the girl even keeping you around when you are not good enough for her? And that's simply because of her own benefits. So when she keeps you around, it's like you're always gonna be stuck in that category, in that zone, and let's refer to friend zone or friends with benefits. What is up, my BBoss baddies and my bad minded fellas? It is your girl Bosana, and welcome BBossArmy. So as you guys can tell by the title, today I am going to be talking about signs you're not good enough for her. I had to look down for this one because I have such a big list of sign videos that I want to drop for you guys. So speaking of that, make sure you drop what type of videos you want to see down below. And I mean, I guess you can say about sign videos because that's what I'm going to keep dropping. So be on the lookout for that, of course. And I told you guys this month is all about dropping every day. So I'm doing great so far, but it's still the beginning of the month. So you guys just keep liking, keep sharing, keep doing your thing that keeps me pushing these videos out, okay? So you guys already know the routine. Make sure you follow me on my social media. Make sure you check out my Patreon. I'm actually dropping a video today. And of course, make sure you check out my other channel. And yes, let's get into it. And don't forget about the big thumbs up to keep these videos coming, okay? So we start from 5, go down to 1, so that means what? So you gotta watch until the end to get the number 1 thing. Number 1 on my list is she complains about everything or most of the things you do. When you become not good enough for a woman anymore, the way she looks at you as the effort that you keep putting in and all the actions that you do, it's not gonna be good enough no matter what. So what she's gonna end up doing is complaining about everything just to kind of reassure you that you're not good enough. But in a sense, because of the way she feels towards you, her feelings for you isn't there anymore or wasn't there at all. She acts that way. When a girl knows that you're not good enough, it's either you have something that she needs still from you. That could be you helping her with her bills or something like that. So if she still needs that, that's when she's forcing it. And it's like she's not trying to tell you that, oh, you're not doing this good enough, but it's really hard for her to act as if she still likes you. And then there's girls that like you keep dealing with and literally you are not good enough at all, and she doesn't even care to show you or act as if you are good enough for her. And maybe it's either she knows you're gonna stick around still, or it's just because she just has that type of attitude where she doesn't care. When she gives you those signs of like being rude, telling you, oh, you're not doing this, you can't do this, you ain't shit, like all that hurtful things that she keeps throwing in your face, telling you, and it's like no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you go, no matter how much effort you put in, it's never gonna be good enough for her. You love her so much, or there's such strong feelings towards her, and you guys are not waking up to the message that she's deliberately giving to you. Wrapping up number 5, when you are not good enough for her, no matter what you do, she's always gonna have something bad to say about it and complain. And you're gonna start thinking like, wow, you're the problem. And trust me, you are not the problem. It's her. She's the problem. Or you know what? You guys just need to let go of those type of females. Don't even bother getting yourself involved and trying to prove your point as if you are good enough for her. So let's move on to number 4 on my list. And this is, she looks at you and her mood always seems to go down or kind of like turn off. So when she looks at you, if you are good enough, then okay, like I'm talking about, you know, a 6 or something like that. If you are good enough for her, she's willing to give you a chance. If your personality or your lifestyle does not add up enough, it'll get to the point where she gets kind of disgusted. And I know it sounds really bad, but it's true, because a lot of times what happens is girls will get with a guy, and it doesn't have to be necessarily because they're good enough looking. It could be for different multiple reasons. It could be maybe even you starting off with a good personality, but basically she ends up giving you a chance for just a little reason, and then everything else she has to find out. So once she starts finding out everything, it doesn't meet her expectations. And once it doesn't meet her expectations, if she continues to still deal with you or whatever is happening where you guys are still in contact, what happens is she looks at you and she's almost bothered by the fact that, oh wow, like, you know, I'm not even into you. Or she just seems like all the time she's getting so upset, so angry, so like just stay away from me, like I don't want you around me, or almost like, you know, don't touch me, or, you know, don't breathe my air, don't be too close to me. All of this trying to have her distance, or just trying to not deal with you at all. Or her mood just changes, she sticks around and she seems like, you know, she hates you. It's almost like, why do girls even force themselves to be in that situation? But also it's like, why do you force yourself to still continue to deal with girls like this? And I'm telling you, in cases like that, it doesn't get better, because it's a big factor that she gets bothered by you. So it could almost be you're either a simp. That's a big main reason why. She might look at you and she's gonna be like, she's disgusted, or like, and the disgusted, I mean to say as in she's like turned off, like completely like, ugh, like what am I doing? That's what she's saying. Why am I here? Why is he in my face? Or, you know, the cocky attitude of, you know, I'm too good to be right here, right around you. And be careful for the girls that get really turned off, and that pretty much means she's not attracted to you sexually. Another reason why she might have that type of attitude when she's around you, it could just be like you're so annoying to her, or, you know, she looks at you a certain way, like, you know, I'm doing the worst I ever did when it came to dating a guy. Just different things that she starts feeling. So it's like her emotions overpower the way she acts. So you can already feel the vibe, the energy, by the way she's acting, because her emotions are showing it through the way she's acting. If you have more questions, make sure you leave it down below. I hope I explained that pretty well for you guys. Number 3 on my list is she never takes you serious. And I probably said this in other videos when I was just talking about the way females act when it comes down to men. And basically, you're a joke to her. I've said that, right? When she's not interested in you because you are not good enough for her, she will never, ever, ever take you serious. It's all, what do I say all the time, benefits that she has to get, right? So when that happens, she won't take you serious in a sense where you'll never meet her family, or you'll never be actual boyfriend. She always has you in a certain category, but in your head, you're in a different category. You have to peep how she acts, and you have to keep in mind the behavior and everything that she's doing. The one thing about when she shows the signs of you're not good enough, it's pretty obvious, and a lot of girls show it, but she's still dealing with a guy, is for the benefits mainly. But it's like the guys still keep her around, and they're still trying to, you know, prove the point, or trying to actually get her to like him, love him. And at that point, the girl's there still around, or, you know, you're still trying to have her around, and she still gives you the signs. So, you know, she's never gonna take you serious, and she keeps you around, but you have to remember, like I just said, what's actually going through her head when she's around you, when she thinks about you, how she really feels about you, okay? And also, before I actually move on, just to help you guys a little bit more, when I say she never takes you serious, I really mean to say, like, you guys are just nothing. She's using you. That's another term I can say too. So she's not taking you serious, and it could just be you as a joke. She might think you're a player. And so let's move on to number 2. And number 2 on my list is she always wants to be around other people, mainly guys. Okay, so when a girl does not ever take you serious, what happens is, back to her looking at you and being bothered, disgusted, turned off and all that, she will never want that one-on-one, and mainly because she never wants you to get too close, or doesn't want you to, you know, try to act like you're the boyfriend or something like that, where it's just like she wants to get away so quickly. So what she'll do is be around other people, and that's almost another way to escape. And, you know, you'll never have alone time. And now when I say mainly with guys, I'm saying that she wants to be around guys that she thinks that you could be like, or she should actually be with, instead of you. So what happens is, you know, the type of guys that is actually good enough for her, she'll decide, you know what, I'd rather hang around him all the time. And maybe you're dealing with a girl that's always around a certain guy, and it's always like, what? Like, I thought we were serious, you're always with this guy. And that's simply because that's the type of guy that she thinks is actually good enough for her, and you aren't good enough for her. So, you know, keep in mind what her activities are, and the whole, I tell you guys all the time, the whole I'm with my girl, you know, a lot of times it could actually be fake. Last thing on my list, number 1, is never pushes you or motivates you. Now, this one's pretty sad to me, but I have to put it as number 1 because this is what's so important when it comes down to relationships. And this one is more so if you're serious with somebody, or you guys been dealing with each other for a long time. So she never actually pushes you or, you know, motivates you. It's really because she has no hope for you anymore. And she looks at you and she says, you'll never get this far. You'll never be this good ever. and so she has no motivation to actually push you. And when you guys are in a relationship as a partner, you guys are supposed to be there, grow with each other, and get somewhere together. But what happens sometimes when you're dealing with a girl that's so trifling, or she doesn't give a damn about you, she'll never ever try to give you that lift and bring you up. And sometimes in other cases, she'll just try to get that lift from you, or whatever way she can do it to get to the top by herself. So just keep in mind all these activities, all these things these girls are doing, because these signs can really be right in front of your face, but sometimes you need to hear it to actually know. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and if it did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on my social media. Make sure you check out my Patreon. You guys will see me in my next video. Bye guys.